All right, now let's continue with our breath stop approach. But now we're going to go to the second oldest and most important of all vocalises, which was the crescendo decrescendo, called in Italian la messa, M-E-S-S-A, di voce. So if I do that and I apply the breath stops, I'm going to take a huge breath way down my lower back. Then I'll make the smallest sound I can make that doesn't leak. So you work back and forth from soft to loud and back to soft. The more breath you get, the longer you can last, and the better you can do it, and the better you will sound. Remember, the bigger the drum, the bigger the sound. And bigger means the richer, more beautiful, more overtone sound. It doesn't mean just loud. But loud is good too. You got a big orchestra to get over it. Believe me, loud is very handy. You don't have to work as hard. So if I can go, non voglio aspettare non domani la bella ragazza con gli occhi azzurri chieda. In other words, if I can get in my messy di voce gear, all I have to do now is not leak, and the voice will sit up in a nice high position and carry, and it enables me to sing lightly and sing lyrically, and I can sing una furtiva lagrima, but I got to be careful that I have a breath stop somewhere so that the voice doesn't falter or fall back or crack. I can use the sob to reinforce this breath stop. But I personally don't think it is necessary to repeat over and over and over one of what I call one of these instigators. You instigate a process which causes, every action has an obstacle reaction. So if I instigate an action, it causes a very predictable reaction. Then all I have to do is know which actions to make all the time. And the first big action is take a breath way down behind you. And the second action that you take is to stop the breath when you make a little teeny sound. So I go, what shall I do, I say, and can I go down low? Well, sort of. I don't get paid to sing down there. I leave it to my bass friends, and some of the baritones have big low notes. A few tenors do once in a while, but I was never one of them. I had enough. That's all I needed. So let's find out now, if we're going to do this, and we're going to do this messa di voce, you really have to practice a lot, not leaking. So here we go. We go. Where is my breath stop, by the way? Which one am I using? Can you tell? Because we're going to get into that too. If I do it here, I get. Any chakra I want to use. And I hope you're all younger than I am. I just turned 83. I didn't do my birthday greeting on my website or on YouTube site this year. I don't know why. I sort of forgot. That's what happens when you get old. You forget about it. Forgot to do it. But I'm 83 now, and I can still croak out some sounds and have a lot of fun singing all day, every day, which I do, or I demonstrate, or I talk nonstop. The idea is that your voice, if you don't blow air through your voice will last forever. I'm the living proof. Anyway, if I can do this crescendo decrescendo exercise all the time with aspirated consonants that don't leak, it also trains me how to use the crescendo decrescendo later musically in vocal moments that I want to make some kind of effect. I can use a nice decrescendo or even a crescendo. See? But you can pick whichever one you think leaks, right? Attack. In other words, you can sing loud if you want to if you don't leak. And if you have a breath stop and you know how to use a breath stop, you won't leak, and you can sing louder or softer or anything in between. Your louder and your softer won't be like mine. It'll be an individual louder and softer, but it is something that you can absolutely learn to use musically all over the place. And believe me, you use it to survive, you use it to save, you use it to rehearse. If I'm rehearsing, how do I rehearse? You know, Alexa, stop. In other words, I can start the opera, I can rehearse like mad, I can sing like that in rehearsals. I don't have to blow my head off trying to be loud. I can simply back off and use the beginning part of my crescendo decrescendo and rehearse with it. And these little breath stop exercises I do give you control. So if you go through the entire alphabet, how many do you think of these consonants do you think will give you an opportunity to practice a breath stop? See, certainly B, and C, so, say, si, say, sa, so, su, di, de, da, do, di, de, da, do, 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 da, 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 da. And what about E, F? What about F? Right? What about G? Right? H, I, J. Jumpin' Joseph, jumpin' Joseph, jumpin' Joseph. Right? Okay. You just practice them a lot. You get so you can get them real fine. I don't have them as fine anymore as I'd like to, but I can still at least make an attempt. And then you have L. La la li li la la li li la 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 la. M is a leaky consonant because it's closed and the sound goes through the nose. Ma 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 ma. Now, if I do it, can I do it and stop the breath? Ma 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 me 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 ma 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 ma. Don't ask me how I do that, but I can say an M and not move the paper. I don't know. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. You can ask a doctor, somebody that really knows something, and see if they can figure it out. N's the same thing. Right? Then you got OP. We do P a lot. You know? PQ, walk, wig, wag, walk, walk, wag, wig, wag, walk, 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 right? PQR, what about R? Ra, re, re, ra, 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 re, re, ra, ra. Funny that Caruso wrote in his book that the mezzo voce requires a double breath support, which is interesting. So When you're doing this, you'll find sometimes you're hanging on more and busier in the body on the soft stuff than you start on the loud stuff. Is sort of like a relief. It's sort of a release of something a little bit. You're not having to strain it quite as hard. So don't worry about feeling suffocated. Somebody said to me, I was doing, and I feel like I'm suffocating. I say, good, then you're not blowing all your breath out. So bet you sound good. I say, play me the tape. Play me the tape. It sounded great. I said, do you like the tape? Yes. Well then, just suffer for a little while until you get used to it, because you're not really going to suffocate. Let's face it. There's plenty of air down in there feeding you while you're singing, and then you can breathe again. When you do, just be sure you breathe in your lower back and pull your navel in and go. And get a great big load of air in the lower rear quadrant of your lungs, to quote Louis Tetrazzini, or to open the bellows in the back, open it like a bellows and squeeze it when you sing it, open it like that's Caruso's book. So we had R, and then we had S, of course. We've done lots of S's and T's and U's and V's. V's, I don't know. You know, there are a lot of V's. You've got Rodolfo in the third act of Bohème has got In van nascondo la mia vera tortura. So you got In van nascondo la vera tortura. Are you going to blow air on all of those? Hopefully not any of them. You hope that some people say, trap the air. You know, inhale, they call it. That's where all this expression comes from, about singing is inhaling, drink the tone in, slide back and down, all those phrases. I've got a treatise written in 1816 about a lady who says singing is inhaling. It's like inhaling. So it's this imaginary stuff is what's missing to me in vocal science. These guys have to understand that we also use ideas and concepts that influence the limbic part of the brain. And it's not all cognitive. It really is not. Cognitive is a desire, but once a cognitive tells you how to do it, the limbic still has to fulfill your desire. And if it's physical movement with any emotion, good luck. So I'm trying to make this very simple. You simply don't leak air. You got STUVWXYZ. Then you got un pezzo di pizza. Io sono bozzo di mangiare pizza, 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 Okay, I hope that's clear. Think about it, give it a try, and see what you think. Okay, bye.